I thought I was alone when it comes to the idea of weddings. I believe that spending on weddings is a complete waste of your money, and most individuals tend also to agree that individuals end up spending huge chunks of their money on weddings, which is a one-day event, and at the end of the day, it is going to lead you into financial constraints which are not worth it. So individuals go ahead, borrow to spend on weddings, and they remain with a huge amounts of debt. Instead of you spending a lot of your resources on a one-day event, why can't you just go ahead and spend the little which you can on your wedding, and the rest you can use it either to invest, pay debt, or maybe do something which is crucial, for example, acquiring a home, instead of you spending a huge amount of resources to entertain individuals who even don't have the best interest on your heart. So if you are one of those individuals who is interested to spend a lot of your resources on weddings, then you need to think twice. Now, this is going to be a discussion where I am going to list or to discuss 10 key areas where individuals spend their hard-earned money and it is a complete waste of their money. The number one, which I've already mentioned, is weddings. Individuals end up spending a lot on weddings and it is not worthy of your resources. Another second one is expensive baby clothes. Now, as I was researching, I thought individuals, more especially when you are a young one, you want to give him or her the best life which you can, and this can be in terms of clothes. But I realized that the huge amount of resources or money individuals spend to acquire clothes for their babies, which are going to not to fit them within 6 months. How can an individual go ahead and spend, I saw $250 to acquire a baby cloth, which is going to use for less than 6 months? It's not worthy your money. You can go ahead and acquire some second and decent clothes, or maybe some new clothes but at a cheaper price. So individuals who are spending a huge amount on their baby clothes, instead of acquiring some decent amount, they are completely wasting their precious hard-earned money. So you really need to go ahead and seek some alternatives instead of wasting your resources on buying baby baby clothes. Another thing is cigarettes. Now I know chain smokers are going to come after me. So this was also one of the most recurring waste of money. Individuals are smoking, are addictive smokers. They spend a lot when it comes to smoking. But the first thing which you need to realize, it's not good for your health. At the same time, you are completely wasting your resources. And when some bad behaviors are going to catch up with you in terms of your health, you are also going to spend a lot to kind of treat the issue. So smoking cigarettes is one of the complete waste of your money activity which you can participate in. Another thing is gambling. Now, there are those individuals who are frequent addicts of gambling. Even if you are gambling on once in a while basis, but it is a complete waste of your money, because at the end of the day, the house is designed not for you to win, but for them to win. So if you are one of those individuals who believe that you are going to gamble through and make your way through wealth, then you are probably prepared for one of the most disastrous ventures, and you are not going to win at the end of the day. So if you are one of those individuals who is interested in buying lottery tickets, and you are doing it on a regular basis, understand that is a complete waste of your money. Another thing which is a complete waste of your money is buying phone each and every year. If you are one of those individuals who are interested in technology, we realize that there is no upgrade, more especially which happens on short-term basis. For example, if you bought a phone in 2025 and you want to buy another phone in 2026, there's no such a big difference, and it's going to be a complete waste of your money. Or individuals, for example, in Kenya, may end up acquiring a phone of 30,000 Kenyan shillings, and in the next year you acquire the same phone actually, but it's a different year or model at the same maybe 35,000 Kenyan shillings. It means you have wasted your 35,000 Kenyan shillings acquiring a phone which has no more advances compared to the previous which you bought in the less than 1 year. So if you are going to upgrade either a phone, maybe a car on a regular basis, a laptop, those are a complete waste of your resources, and you should put that resources, all of those resources, in some investment ventures which are going to earn you some interest, or they can be there for some emergencies. Another thing which is a complete waste of your money is luxury cars. One of the things which I realized more, especially after some reading online or some books, I realized that immediately you get out of a showroom of a car, of a luxury car, it depreciates, and it's actually so massive compared to regular cars. So if it's a Bugatti you have bought for, let's say, 2 million US dollars, that car can actually even depreciate for almost 20% just by driving that car out of the showroom. So that's how ridiculous it is for you as an individual to be interested to buy some luxury cars. And the worst is individuals go ahead and buy these luxury cars using loans. You are going to pay some interest on loans, and your car is going to depreciate in terms of value. So that's a complete waste of your resources when it comes to buying luxury cars. Avoid that. Another thing which is a complete luxury, not luxury, but a complete waste of your resources is food delivery services. So there are those individuals who are so relaxed. They want to be in their comfort zone, and they don't want to take a walk, and they want everything to be delivered on their doorstep. And foods being one of those things or items which they want to be delivered on a regular basis. If you add the totals, it is going to be a massive figure. So if you are one of those individuals who is interested each and every day, food delivered on your doorstep, remember it's going to cost you a lot of money, and it's not worthy to spend on that. You should go ahead, prepare your food if you are interested in some cooking, or maybe you can go to the restaurant which you want to take that food. But if you are going to pay for delivery services, it's a complete waste of your money, and it's going to cost you a lot when it comes to maybe building your own wealth. That's something which you also need to consider. Another one, which some individuals may go and raise some arms, say it's not a complete waste of money, but you need to take care of your health, buying bottled, bottled water. So that name is challenging. So buying water, bot, bottled water, bottled water. Yeah, buying bottled water is going to cost you a chunk of resources. For example, let's say in Kenya, uh, 300 ml of water goes for around 40 shillings per 300 ml or 350 ml. So let's say you are going to buy frequently each and every week. In a month, you are going to spend almost 1,000 Kenyan shillings acquiring that bottled water. So in a year, it's almost 12,000. And there are some individuals, if you ask them for that emergency fund, they cannot give you the 12,000 which you have been buying water consistently for 1 year. So you can use other means. For example, you can go ahead and buy some bottle which you are going to use with your water which you will be working with. So instead of you buying each and every day some bottled water, just go ahead, buy buy some bottle which you are going to use in order to bring and save on buying each and every time. Another thing which you need to be careful to avoid spending or wasting your money on is buying some hobby items. For example, you're interested in photography. You go ahead and buy some expensive equipment. You buy a 10,000 camera equipment, or if you are interested in podcasting, you go ahead and buy a 700 Shure mic. It's extremely expensive, but it's not actually going to improve your skills. If you are interested in that hobby, probably you should start with the least amount of least amount least amount of equipment which costs you a cheaper price. And as you progress and you understand that you are seriously interested in that skill, then you will go ahead and upgrade your equipment. Don't spend a lot of cash in your initial acquiring of the equipment, because if you find that you're interested in that equipment, it's going to be a complete waste of your resources, and at the end of the day you are going to sell that equipment at a loss. So that's another thing which you need to be extremely careful. Another thing which is a complete waste of your money is streaming services. So I am one of those individuals who doesn't have any streaming services, but I understand there are those individuals who may end up having some, let's say, how can I say, they have some Netflix, and also they have some maybe online games, or those streaming equipment services. And they have a lot of those streaming services which at the end of the day they are not utilizing all those services, which is a complete waste of your time. So which is a complete waste of your resources. So if you are in a position to have a one streaming services as a service, use it to the maximum, and if you want to test another streaming services, then upgrade to that one. Anyway, I like your thoughts. What are some of the worst waste of money which you have seen? I like your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe, share. See you in my next one.